Hi everyone, today we're going to be talking about the Dior handbag scandal, where it was discovered that the luxury brand was outsourcing the production of some of their bags to sketchy factories, and only paying like $57 per bag, which they then sold for thousands of dollars. How did this happen? How much does it actually cost to produce luxury bags? Can you trust luxury brands? As someone who has worked in a sewing factory for a high-end brand, we are going to discuss all this and more. I also visited the Christian Dior Museum in France recently, so I will include some clips from that throughout the video for your viewing pleasure. So what exactly happened here? Essentially, there was a judicial investigation in Italy, which involved a series of police raids on garment and accessory factories in Italy that were operating not entirely legally. And as part of these raids, it was revealed that Dior and other companies, including Armani, had some of their products manufactured at these facilities, sometimes without their knowledge. And in one case, Dior paid a manufacturer €53 per piece, which is about $58 American, to manufacture a bag, which it then sold for $2,800. It's important to note that those $58 do not include the price of raw materials such as leather and any hardware, which would add about €150, so that's about $165, according to an article by the Wall Street Journal. So you'd be looking at a cost of about $223 per bag, which would then be sold for $2,800. I am not at all surprised by the gulf between the cost to manufacture the bag and the price at which it gets sold. In the fashion industry, it is very standard to mark up the base cost of a product 2.5 times. Smaller brands might have smaller markups, in order to get the wholesale price, and then mark it up 2.5 times again, or whatever the markup is, to get the retail price. And many brands have markups far greater than that, but you're pretty much never going to see a product that sells for less than base cost times 2.5 times 2.5. Now, that doesn't mean that this is how Dior calculates the price of their products. It's a little bit simplistic. I merely want to illustrate that there is often a huge gap between how much it costs to manufacture a product and how much it gets sold for in the fashion industry, especially with high-end or luxury brands. So yes, you are paying for the brand when you buy a luxury product, but what does that actually mean? In the case of a brand like Dior, they have really expensive ad campaigns with celebrity ambassadors. They frickin' fly celebrities out to their goddamn spa in Aspen and who knows where the heck else. They have physical stores in the most expensive shopping districts in the world. They do lavish runway shows. They are a publicly traded company that probably likes to give their shareholders nice dividends. So yeah, that money all needs to be spread out across the products they sell, and that's why they're a lot more expensive than the base cost. For the record, I'm not defending them, just explaining. In terms of the $58 per bag, which is being portrayed in the media as a very low cost, I won't lie to you, my initial reaction was, that doesn't sound that unreasonable. However, first of all, I don't know a lot about sewing handbags. Outerwear, yes. Other items of clothing, sure, but not handbags, so take what I'm about to say with a grain of salt. Second of all, there are a lot of variables that go into producing a handbag. I don't know what kind of bag Dior had this supplier producing and what its production and features are. If I were to guess, I would say that it may well be possible to produce a simple handbag design in Italy for $50 in labor costs, or maybe even less, and still have that be ethical. Please let me know in the comments if you have more knowledge on this and you don't agree. However, if the design is really complex and there are a lot of pockets that need zippers or other trims attached, or other finicky little features that take a lot of time, or anything involving hand sewing or other hand work, especially a lot of it, is going to drive up the price considerably. Maybe then you'd be looking at, I don't know, $70 or $80 per piece. Again, I'm not sure. Take what I'm saying with a grain of salt. Dior is of course a luxury brand, so I would imagine that its handbags are on the more complex end of the design and construction spectrum, which might mean that $58 is entirely unreasonable in terms of manufacturing costs. The fact that the factory workers were exploited would leave us to believe that this is probably the case. Speaking of worker exploitation, yowza, this was not good. The fact that apparently workers slept and ate at some of these factories is a pretty good indication that bad things are going on there. Especially when you see a bed like this. It's not even a nice looking bed, it's a crappy looking bunk bed with stuff strewn everywhere. Furthermore, apparently employees work from dawn until after 9 p.m. every day, including weekends and holidays. Let me tell you, as someone who's worked in a sewing factory before, when I would go to work tired, I made a lot of mistakes. Also, yes, I dumped water on my shirt by accident in between takes, but we gotta keep filming. Anyway, yes, a lot of mistakes. I would sew things together backwards, my lines would be crooked. So if you're working like 14 or 15-hour days and you never get to rest and you're working on machines where the safety devices have been removed, which apparently also happened, this can create very, very dangerous situations. Also, apparently, at a lot of these factories, there were employees paid below the minimum wage. There were several employees working off the books. Anyway, a lot of illegal activity and exploitation going on. So, aside from being modern day slavery, this is obviously very embarrassing for Dior, and a lot of consumers are surprised and mad about it. Consumers are often willing to pay these high prices because they assume that the product is being made in house, ethically, by skilled artisans. So, when they discover that that's not the case, understandably, they are turned off. Never assume that products are made in house or in ethical environments, even with a luxury brand. Never, never, never. That's all for today. I hope you enjoyed my montage of videos and photos from the Christian Dior Museum. For the record, Christian Dior had nothing to do with this scandal. He died a long time ago. Anyway, thank you so much for watching and see you in the next video.